What's up, everybody? It's Reid here from FloGrappling. We are on the streets of Wales right now. We're here just outside of Cardiff. I'm not exactly sure where we are, to be honest.
Me neither.
But we got Polaris 35 going down tomorrow night live on FloGrappling. Incredible card. Super excited to be here, and I'm joined with Matt Benyon. Matt, thanks so much for hanging out with me today.
No worries, you're welcome.
And man, I'm just excited to finally be here. Polaris, of course. We really started with Polaris back in the day. 2015, Polaris 2?
Polaris 2, yeah.
Wow, so it's been a long time, but now things are back together. Flo and Polaris. Like I said, man, I've been to just about every jiu-jitsu event I feel like there is out there except for Polaris. So
you're in for a treat.
I've obviously watched it for a long time on UFC Fight Pass and everything, so excited to finally be here and check it out in person. But man, I wanted to talk with you a little bit here. You've been in the sport for such a long time. You've really seen this thing kind of progress, and for what? I believe we were just talking 20 years doing jiu-jitsu?
I think it is 20 years, yeah. I started in Australia, just training. Never thought it would be a kind of career or something that I would work in, but here we are 20 years later. Scramble, I have a clothing brand called Scramble, and we have Polaris, and it's kind of jiu-jitsu is my life at the moment. So
sounds pretty good. Well, let's walk a little bit here. We got the venue just in the distance here. Of course, we got this cool church, looks like, behind us.
Yes,
but
in the valleys of Wales we are.
What's it been like for you, man, these last, I don't know, especially these last 10 years? It feels like really jiu-jitsu is exploded, obviously, all over the world, and you've kind of had a front row seat to a lot of it with Polaris, with Scramble. You got your hand in many different things. So I'm just kind of like off the top. What's this last kind of 10 years been like watching jiu-jitsu?
I mean, we were just talking earlier. I remember the days where there was just no jiu-jitsu media. There was no events really happening. What was going on? IBJJF. That was kind of it, right?
Yeah.
And now there's something every weekend, especially on Flo. And then I feel like Europe is quite kind of an important territory now in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
I was just looking at the guys weighing in over there, and it's a strong team. I mean, they're not all European, but Polaris is a kind of European name, and it's going to be a really good event, and it's going to be interesting to see how they stack up against the guys from America, basically. Yeah,
it's like we just had Nogi Worlds. We had guys like Tarek and Shay, and I know there's probably a couple other names that
Mateus.
Mateus.
Owen.
So it's just like, man, the Europeans more than ever are really starting to break through, and they've obviously had success for a while now, it seems. But it seems like they're starting to kind of claim that top elite category. And do you feel like you've kind of watched it slowly happen? Has anything changed recently? Or?
No, I mean, I think the one thing that we have going for us is the fact that we've been around consistently for 10 years. So we've kind of, people have a chance to get some experience competing on a big stage, with the lights and the cameras and everything, and the high level opponents. And I think maybe because of that, their level has improved. Yeah.
And have you spent a lot of time here in Wales, or what's the jiu-jitsu like in Wales? Like, I don't just obviously Fionn, and of course there's a couple others, but
no, Wales is very strong. And a couple of the guys that own Polaris are from Wales, which is why we keep coming back here. But there's loads of support here, loads of good grapplers. The crowd is always really good, really loud. It's always nice to be in Wales, and it's not raining, so I'm happy.
That's a plus, okay.
Yeah.
And so, you started Scramble, of course. Maybe we can kind of just go down this way and kind of curve around a little bit, but...
you could end up seeing you can go around the back and get into the back entrance.
Okay, maybe we do that then. But what was I going to say? That, you obviously started Scramble, one of the most recognizable brands in jiu-jitsu, of course, Polaris and things like that. When you were starting all this stuff, did you think that, 20 years, 10 years, it would be leading to where you are now?
No, not at all. Not at all.
You think it was going to be a kind of a short-lived thing? Or?
I think, like, a lot of the stuff that we do, we're not thinking too far in the future. We just do the thing that kind of felt right, or that we wanted to do. Like Polaris, for example, was we met up, me and my partner Ben met up with the guys from Tatami, who are based in Wales, at the Euros and kind of said that we should do a jiu-jitsu event because Metamoris was around at the time and was big, and we thought we could do something like that. And we kind of somehow managed to pull off the first one. It nearly killed all of us, but then that was it. Like it just kept going from there. Yeah.
And then so obviously,
cut over that way?
Sure, yeah.
Watch out! Watch out!
Polaris,
Yeah.
don't kill the camera guy. Step one. And then so you guys did Polaris 1.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure a big lift.
Yeah.
Nobody really doing super fight shows like that at the time. And then you guys landed with Flo.
Yeah, I think it was AJ set that up.
Okay, AJ of course worked at the.
He told us he owned Flo.
Not true. Not true. Not the founder of Flo.
No.
Not the guy who owns Flo. But you know he can have it.
I think he competed in the first one.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's very he like develops relationships quickly. You know, he was talking to us a lot, and then introduced us to Flo. And if I remember correctly, I guess Flo was already doing Flo wrestling.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to add grappling. So we had a whole load of meetings with them. And I mean, I don't know if I can say this, but I didn't even realize it was a subscription service until we started to get close to the event. And then I started panicking because I was like, why is anyone going to subscribe when we're going to be the only show on there?
Yeah. Different times.
Different times, yeah.
You know, yeah, we were really launching things. This is back in 2015, kind of just getting our feet wet. And
it was Gary Tonon and Imanari was the headline, I think.
That sounds right. Yep, Gary Tonon, of course. That was kind of some of his prime years. Of course, had one of the most legendary matches right after that against
Paul Harris.
Yeah, Husamar Paul Harris. Yeah. And you know, still one of the most legendary.
My favorite.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu matches of all time. But you know. What do you kind of remember most about that time? And, you know, I know Flo is kind of just getting going, and we didn't have, you know, the kind of robust offering that I feel like we have now. But
no.
Like, what do you kind of remember from that time?
From that event specifically, or the early days?
The early days.
It was, I don't know. It was really fun. It was really fun, and we used to do, because we were a much smaller team then. We kind of used to do everything ourselves. I mean, we went to New York like fucking 8 times or something to film like Tonon and Eddie Cummings.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, Shaolin, we filmed him a few times. Dylan Dennis. Like, it was really fun. It felt like we had all of the big names that we wanted, you know, coming to the show. It was great. Yeah. Maybe you want to go that way.
Yeah, maybe even we just wrap around. I feel like we got plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
If that's all right.
Yeah, keep going.
So kind of Polaris 2 happens on Flo. Then you guys leave and go to Fight Pass a little bit. And
we did a couple of pay-per-views.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So 1 was a pay-per-view, 2 was on Flo. For us, it felt like it was a bit early to be on Flo.
Yeah, agree.
And then we thought, okay, we'll go back to pay-per-view. Like 3 did really well because that was Tonon Paul Harris. 4 did well. And then weirdly through Kenny Florian, we started speaking to the guy that was running Fight Pass at the time. And we showed him like the pay-per-view numbers that we got, and he sort of went, okay, yeah.
Makes sense.
We'll take it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then we were with Fight Pass for a long time, 20-something events, 30, maybe even 30 events nearly.
And now you're kind of back on Flo. Were you ever expecting that, or? I
mean, it was never like, oh, we'll never go back or anything like that. You know, it just didn't align at the time, and then gradually it kind of did. And then Fight Pass is concentrating on their own. I mean, it's not even Fight Pass anymore, really.
Yeah.
They have their own thing going. It just made really good sense to come back to Flo, and like we're really excited to be kind of reintroduced back into the Flo audience and your ecosystem. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, got a lot of stuff going on Flo, but definitely just awesome to have. You know, I think Polaris has kind of created this identity as really the #1 super fight show in the world. You know, so I'm stoked that it's back on. But do you feel like there was any kind of like one catalyst or anything like that kind of like has really stepped on the gas here for jiu-jitsu over these last 10 years? Because like you said, now you just see it all over the world, and it's sort of mainstream, it's cool, it's hip. Like, do you feel like there was kind of one thing or maybe a couple things that happened?
I feel like it's a combination of like the sort of boring side of it is that we're consistent. We're doing events, you know, regular events for a decade. So people feel like we're not just a flash in the pan kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, we have athletes, people like Fionn, who, you know, did most of her pro stuff with us in the beginning, and then she's like world champion, ADCC champion. So she's like, people like Fiona raising the level of jiu-jitsu in Europe, and then we're the go-to kind of event. So maybe those things together contribute to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, I guess we'll keep going around. But so where are we here? This venue, you guys been here before? Or?
Yeah, this is the this is the glorious Abbey Vale Sports Centre in where are we, Spanner? South Wales.
South Wales.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So no, we're in Abbey Vale, which is a little Welsh town, but the sports centre here is really nice. We can set up a really good event inside.
Yeah. And you guys have been here before? It's a good crowd and fun.
Really good. Yeah.
People like jiu-jitsu here?
Yeah, they love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can have a drink, they can watch jiu-jitsu. Mostly they behave themselves. Yeah.
We'll see. Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And so when, obviously this weekend, or tomorrow, we're doing Polaris 35, Team WNO versus Team Polaris.
Yes.
How did the genesis of that come about?
Well, we did squads all year last year, and it went really well.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting.
Yeah.
And then the European team basically did really well, and we knew that we were going to Flo, and then just to create like a little bit of interest, we thought, right, we'll just put our best guys against your best guys and see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's difficult, obviously, like athletes have other commitments, or, like Mateus got injured, and maybe one or two of your champs couldn't make it, or they were doing something else, but we have two really strong teams. And obviously Polaris is going to win.
I was going to say, how hard are you hoping that the Polaris team just crushes Team WNO?
I am hoping that. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm on the flip side, so, fair bet. Yeah. All right, we're turning around. We're headed back. We're going to go in the back way of the venue here. Squat, and especially that 45 kind of minute rule set. Like, obviously rule sets are a hot topic in jiu-jitsu, I feel like, and everybody really is still trying to figure out kind of what's the blend of most exciting, but still kind of, honoring what the athletes do, so, and I feel like that, what you guys have kind of come up with, that those two kind of 45-minute halves where it's just like non-stop jiu-jitsu. How did that come about?
Actually, we were watching a lot of American sports. It's basically set up like a ball sport, like a ball game. Two halves, two teams, score on the board. We recently changed the rules where every match has to have a winner. So, like, there will be a point on the board at the end of every 5 minutes. I mean, one thing that it took the athletes a while to get used to is, like, they are going to lose. Because previously we'd done it where if it wasn't a submission, then it was a draw. So a lot of these guys were getting draws, which is good for them, but it's not good for the audience. Like, you don't want to see 4 or 5 draws in a row. So now it's somebody has to win, somebody's going to lose. Like, even if you're a very, very good grappler, after 3 or 4 matches, you're going to get tired.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that Polaris has been really good at, to be honest. Is just kind of like constantly evolving the rules and constantly evolving those types of things, and they're kind of like never resting on the laurels, trying to constantly kind of like improve it. Yeah,
I mean, you'll see tomorrow when you're there watching it, like, it's pretty close to, what we consider to be the best rule set for teams events. And the super fights as well.
And you like the teams? I feel like we're seeing a lot of team events and stuff like that, but you feel like through here?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel like you've kind of seen that evolution?
I think it's great. We have to give Quintet kind of respect for starting all that, but yeah, it's super exciting.
Yeah.
Especially like you're going to be invested in WNO. I'm going to be invested in Polaris.
All right, let's check it out.
There we go.
What's up, guys? Yeah. Let's maybe just go to the far side here. Yeah. So here's where it all goes down tomorrow, huh?
Yes. It's the guys getting ready. They're going to bring in another bank of seating here, another seating there. There'll be loads of people hanging around.
Yeah. And sold out, I believe you said, right?
Yeah. It's not the biggest venue, but it is sold out. Plus, like all of us, all of the hangers-on, it's going to be busy in here.
Yeah. Maybe we just kind of walk over here for a second, Trey, or. You want to go sit down? Okay, cool. Let's go sit down over here for just a second. You know, just real quickly here, kind of another match I'm really excited about is Levi Jones-Leary versus Davis Asari. You know, it's like I feel like I've been kind of chomping at the bit to see Levi compete again. We haven't seen Levi since CGI 1, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe we just sit around here for a second, Matt?
I think we're lucky. Like Levi seems to like Polaris, so he comes out and competes for us. Yeah,
man. Some of the funnest jiu-jitsu I feel like out there, Levi. So I was just telling him that, like, man, we're missing you out there. That guard stuff, you know. We need someone to get back to the Berimbolo.
Yeah, he said he's sort of feeling the hunger again. So hopefully we'll see more of him.
Yeah, that's good. And then of course you got Adele versus Selma, which I think is kind of an interesting matchup. You know, kind of Australia versus Norway. Both the super fights are Australia versus Norway. So that's kind of interesting. But you know, obviously a big step up in competition, I think, for Selma. It's hard to really pick against Adele. She's just been so dominant right now. But
yeah, she's hard to match up for sure. But you know, it's another case of like giving European people a chance to compete at that level, see where they're at, and then improve. You know.
And then just kind of, you know, as we're wrapping things up and, you know, you got the guys kind of taking some pictures and doing some content and we're building the stage here for tomorrow night. But as you kind of look forward in the future of Polaris, you know, kind of what's on your mind?
Well, we're doing 2 more events this year. You know, you guys said we can do more events, so we're doing that. And then probably more events the year after. It's all kind of up in the air. We have a tournament. Basically, it will either be squads, tournaments, or super fights. But the super fights have to be really meaningful, and the same with the tournaments. And we're doing amateur events as well. And at the next one, it's the first proper one we're doing in February. There will be a contenders, and there's a lot of people signed up, like 30, 40 people, I think. And the winner will face Ethan for the belt at the Polaris after that. So we will like create little stories like that. You know, we'll go to the amateur event, we'll film. Whoever ends up getting through that like pile of bodies, they get to come and you know, on paper Ethan should win versus somebody that you know went through the trials thing. But if they happen to get the upset, then we're going to have all that story to tell.
Huge storyline, of course. And you know, Ethan, I haven't seen a whole lot of him recently either, to be honest.
He's had a bunch of injuries, and
he's one of the best in the world, obviously. So I'm excited to see that. But you know, everybody can watch you. You got a podcast going, of course, right? And
I have a little podcast called Unknown Pressures. You can watch.
Check it out, and of course, in your Instagram handle, what people want to follow you.
Matthew.Benyon.
Matthew.Benyon. All right, man. Well, thanks for showing me around a little bit, Wales here.
No
thanks
worries.
For talking, you know, some jiu-jitsu memory lane, whatnot.
All good.
It's crazy, man. It feels like it was just yesterday, to be honest. That Flo was on, that Polaris was on Flo, but also it seems 100 years ago.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Heck yeah, man. All right. Thanks so much, Matt.
Thanks again.
Appreciate it, really.
All right.